Hello Canadian teen book lovers. We're up to week 5 on my marathon of books, and I have lots of great books to talk about this week. I only have 5 books in front of me because 2 of my books this week were on my tablet, on my e-reader, because the CCBC did not have copies, and Fierce Ink Press was kind enough to send me the copies of the books that I needed, Membrane and Game Plan. So, first up, I'd like to talk about Not Suitable for Family Viewing by Vicki Grant. This is a romance, mystery, and it's funny. Very funny. I love how Vicki Grant sets up the meeting of the lead guy and the lead girl in her books. Betsy Wickwire's Dirty Secret, it was a whole shower scene, and in this one, it's a very funny scene that involves misunderstandings about the guy's intentions. It's an enjoyable read. I think you'll really like it. The daughter's mother is a celebrity, a worldwide celebrity, and the daughter finds out that she's not who she claims she is. And her journey to find out the truth about her mother's past leads her to Portmanton, Nova Scotia, which is just great. So, enjoy. Next up is Running on Empty by Dawn Acker. I would say this is the closest thing you'd get this week to a reluctant read, and it's for male readers. It's about Ethan, a 17-year-old who lives with a very strict father who's all about facing up to what you've done and dealing with the consequences. So when Ethan goes on a joyride and ends up doing damage to his father's car, his father makes him pay for it. And Ethan is so bitter about it that it leads him down a very bad path, and it's all about how the path resolves. So I think you'll enjoy it. It's very gritty, but also very good. Also, one of the ebooks I read, Game Plan by Natalie Corbett-Simpson, was great. It was about both sides of the adoption process, the story of the birth mother and the story of the adoptive parents. So on Ella's side, the birth mother, she's 17 years old, a basketball star. She gets pregnant by the most popular guy at school, and obviously it's not in her game plan. So she eventually decides that she's going to let the child be adopted. And on the other side, we have Kathleen and Danny, who have been trying to conceive for 5 years unsuccessfully, and eventually decide that they are going to pursue adoption. And it's all about the adoption process that they go through and all the false alarms and how they end up getting a child. It's very touching and insightful, I would say. Last but not least, we have Emily for Real by Sylvia Gunnery. This is about a girl named Emily who finds out a fair amount of family secrets after her grandfather dies suddenly. And she's just broken up with her boyfriend and lost her best friend, and so she makes friends with a kid named Leo at school, who is just an interesting, fun character. And their friendship helps her get through her family things, and Leo get through his family things as well. And I just love Sylvia Gunnery's writing. I think she has a authentic teen voice. Even though the secrets that come out seem a little unbelievable, it's still an excellent read. So, this past week I was at the Ontario Library Association Super Conference, which was amazing. I had so much fun. I met so many authors, including Eric Walters and Deborah Ellis and Jennifer Morano and Susan White. I'm sorry, I'm not listing them all. There are just so many, and I actually got to present the idea of my marathon of books at the Canscape presentation at the Super Conference. Every year they have a whole bunch of authors come in and do a book talk about their books for about 2 minutes each. And one of them noticed that I was in the audience and invited me up to talk after they were done. So I got to hand out a whole bunch of flyers and get the word out there, and it was just excellent. Thank you, CanSCAP, for letting me do that. Also, after I wrote my review for Emily for Real by Sylvia Gunnery put a comment on my website. You can read it if you like. You can just click on the book review itself and it will be right there at the bottom. It's so exciting when authors respond and tell me that they're following the marathon of books, or they're happy about the reviews I did, or things like that, retweeting things. I really appreciate it, and I'm happy to see that so many other people are getting as excited about this as I am. Also, Natalie Sampson, the author of Game Plan, was so excited about the marathon of books when she read about it that she went into her daughter's grade 3 class to tell them about it. And together they decided that they were going to read their own way across Canada by reading age-appropriate materials. Obviously, they won't be reading my teen book selections at that age. So I'd like to give a shout out to Miss Laurie's grade 3 class at Prospect Road Elementary School, and I can't wait to see which books you pick and what your map looks like. It sounds very exciting. Last but not least, we have stats. Books read, 35 out of 365, which Goodreads tells me is about 10%, so that's great. Pages read, 7,616. Kilometers traveled, 761.6. And hours of reading, 89 hours and 41 minutes, which means I've been reading solid for over 3 days. Very awesome. I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.